Hello everyone, my name is Emily, and I'm 17 years old. My life used to be simple and happy until everything changed. 2 years ago, my mom passed away, leaving a gaping hole in my heart. Since then, it had just been me, my dad, and Max, my loyal golden retriever. Max was more than a pet, he was my connection to the happy times I once shared with Mom. Dad, whose name is Richard and is 45 years old, struggled to keep things together after Mom died. He was always a loving father, but grief weighed heavily on him. When he met Clara, who is 38, he believed she was the answer to our prayers. They married after a whirlwind romance, hoping to build a new family together. Clara brought her son Ethan into our lives. Ethan is 18, just a year older than me, but we couldn't have been more different. From the moment they moved in, it was clear that Ethan and I would never get along. He was moody, cruel, and seemed to take pleasure in making my life miserable. His favorite target, however, was Max. One summer afternoon, while playing in the backyard, I ran inside to grab Max's favorite ball. When I returned, he was gone. Panic set in immediately. I searched the entire neighborhood, calling his name until my throat was raw. Ethan lounged in the living room, indifferent, and Clara pretended to be concerned. "We'll find him, sweetie," she cooed, her eyes cold. But I knew she didn't care. Dad was away on a business trip, so I was on my own. The search continued for days, but Max didn't come back. Heartbroken, I cried myself to sleep every night, feeling utterly alone. Days turned into weeks, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Clara and Ethan seemed too relaxed, too happy. Then, one evening, I overheard them talking in hushed tones. Ethan was bragging about how easy it had been to get rid of Max. My heart pounded as I pressed my ear to the door, catching snippets of their conversation. "He didn't even bark," Ethan said, laughing. "Just ran off into the woods like a dumb mutt." I felt sick. Max wasn't lost, he had been abandoned. And Clara had supported it. I wanted to confront them, to scream and rage, but I knew I needed proof. The next few days were a blur of anger and stealth. I took to following Ethan, hoping he would slip up. My opportunity came one evening when Ethan left his phone unattended on the kitchen counter. It was risky, but I knew I had to take the chance. I quickly accessed his photos and messages, and there it was, a text conversation with Clara, planning the exact day and time they would abandon Max. There were even pictures of Max looking scared and confused in the woods. I felt a mixture of relief and fury. With trembling hands, I forwarded the messages and photos to my phone. That night, after Dad got home, I showed him everything. He was livid, not just at Ethan, but at Clara, too. He confronted them both, demanding explanations. Clara's facade crumbled as she tried to justify their actions, claiming it was for the best because I was too attached. Ethan, looking genuinely scared for the first time, stammered, "I'm sorry, Richard. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I'll never do it again, I swear." Clara, her voice shaking, added, "Please, Richard. We can make this right. We'll never do anything like this again. Just give us another chance." Dad's face was a mask of pain and anger. "You expect me to forgive you for what you did to Emily and Max? You betrayed our trust. Get out of my house. Both of you." They pleaded, tears streaming down Clara's face, but Dad was resolute. He opened the door and pointed outside. "Leave. Now." With tearful apologies and promises to change, Clara and Ethan left. The house felt quieter, emptier without their presence, but also lighter, as if a dark cloud had lifted. Max was still missing, but at least I had hope now. We printed flyers and shared the photos and texts online, asking for help. The community came together in a way I had never seen before. Strangers reached out, offering their support and joining the search. One rainy afternoon, nearly a month after Max had gone missing, we received a call from a couple who lived on the outskirts of town. They had seen a dog matching Max's description near an old barn on their property. Dad and I drove there immediately, hearts pounding with anticipation. When we arrived, I called out for Max, my voice echoing in the empty fields. Moments later, I saw a familiar shape emerging from the barn. Max was thin and dirty, but it was him. He ran to me, tail wagging weakly, and I broke down in tears, holding him close. Max and I were inseparable after that. The ordeal had brought us even closer. I knew that no matter what, Max and I would always have each other. Dad and I started rebuilding our lives, stronger and more connected than ever before. And Max, our loyal companion, was a constant reminder of the love and resilience that defined our little family.